All right. So welcome to the 7th of the 12 days before Christmas candy cane taste test. Today, I am trying the second of the 3 flavors in the soda, I guess we'd call them. What would you call these? Yeah, I guess we'll call them that. There's root beer we did yesterday. Today is Dr. Pepper, and tomorrow will be 7-Up. So we're taste testing Dr. Pepper flavored candy cane today. And I'm very curious about this. Dr. Pepper used to be my favorite soda when I used to drink that. And yes, it's soda, not pop or Coke. So, trying this one. The root beer reminded me a lot of the root beer barrel stuff from when I was a kid. But I don't think I've ever had a Dr. Pepper flavored hard candy. So, here we go. It's been a long time since I had a Dr. Pepper. I didn't realize there was that much cherry to it. This one seems to have color most of the way through. Or a lot of the others have like the Kool-Aid one specifically had color around a white core. I think that's fairly reminiscent. I don't know that that's like perfectly accurate Dr. Pepper flavor. But a Dr. Pepper candy flavor, yeah, it's decent. I think the thing that makes the difference is like the Dr. Pepper Cola, and I think it's something that's sort of missing from the root beer too, is those things are usually served chilled and carbonated. And I think the lack of carbonation changes some of the flavor aspect of it. So I'm wondering if some of this might be just a discrepancy in how the carbonation in a soda adds an acidity, just like adding carbonation to carbon dioxide to oceans makes them more acidic. There's and the fizziness of it gives it a little more bite. So it changes the experience of it. It's not a bad taste. I would say this is actually more of it does have a fair amount of cherry flavor to it. Ouch. It's almost like a little bit of cherry, a little bit of grape. Is there citrus in there? I'd have to look up what's in Dr. Pepper to give it its distinctive flavor. I'm sure it's like a Colonel Sanders recipe, a secret recipe. I wonder if this could be turned into other sort of candies sort of stuff. There's a part of me curious. I know you can turn some hard candies into cotton candy. I'd be more curious to see if I could turn something like this into a marshmallow. If I could somehow turn this into a syrup, I could mix it with a gelatin and whip it and make a fluff like you would put on a sandwich or dessert. Or I could turn it into a full-on marshmallow and make flavored marshmallows. Get this wrapper off. There we go. I think I got it all. So this one is interesting in that I'd say it's much sweeter than the root beer was. But not in a bad way. It's there is a bit of that richness to the flavor that accepts the sweetness a little bit. These are also much crunchier than the Kool-Aid ones. Overall, that's not bad as a hard candy flavor. It has a little bit of that cola taste. It's almost like a cherry Coke, maybe with a hint of vanilla and maybe a touch of grape. It's hard to say. It might just be a different way of achieving that cherry flavor. Overall, enjoyable. I actually might even rank that above the root beer. Like root beer barrel and root beer hard candies are all right. They're pretty good. Like I just don't think like overall, it's not something I crave in a candy flavor. It's something that I think does a good job in a drink. And maybe that's just the nostalgia of the root beer flavor from drinks when I was a kid. I do know that some people in other countries that I know find root beer flavoring to be gross. They find it very medicinal, sort of the way I responded to the cherry flavor, because cough drops and cough syrup all have a very cherry flavor around here. And so for me, artificial cherry flavor really is not one of my favorite flavors. So I can kind of see where like a root beer hard candy isn't the best. I prefer it drink form, and the carbonation makes the difference for me, I think. This, however, it's a good hard candy flavor, and if memory serves me, I like it as a soft too. A soda, a pop. I'm not going to call it Coke because that's a brand. I'd be curious to see it in other forms, like a gummy form, like a Dr. Pepper gummies. And you could probably do that. You could buy a bottle of Dr. Pepper and use it to flavor homemade gummies. That wouldn't be bad. Yeah, there are a couple different things we can do that. Alrighty, so that was the taste test of the Dr. Pepper candy cane. Thanks for joining me. And I will see you tomorrow for episode 8. Are we 8? We're at 8 now, aren't we? 8. There we go. 8 of the 12 days of Christmas, 12 days before Christmas candy cane taste test. And tomorrow is 7-Up flavored candy cane, which I'm very curious about.